Spring is popping out all over, and it's time for spring cleaning. Be sure you don't forget your ductwork. Call Premier Heating and Air today and clear the dust from your ducts and keep your unit running smoothly. Through the end of April, receive a free indoor air treatment system with the price of a whole home duct cleaning. And with temperatures heating up, make sure you keep your cool with a $49 AC checkup special. Need a new unit? Get up to $2,000 off qualifying systems. Schedule a visit and get a quote today at premierishere.com. The choice is clear. Choose Premier. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company. Offer ends April 30th.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to kind of wrap things up. Our 6th annual Tea Party and Silent Auction, April 20th, 1 to 4 at the Methodist Church going into Wrightsville's on the left. Just look for all the cars because they're going to be parked. They're going to be parked everywhere, on the grass, out front, in the back. There'll be cars everywhere. You cannot miss it. And we've got a lot of silent auction stuff, don't we?
Yes, we do. And a lot of donated food coming in, a lot of baked goods coming in. They're inventorying the donations as they come in every Friday. There's a team sitting there. The committees have really grown over the years, and the help has been so tremendous. Just remember that you enter the back of the building, in the back parking lot of the Methodist Church. You might have to park out front.
That's right.
And we'll have to get you to the
Just follow everybody. They're headed that
rear.
way. Yeah.
And the tickets are $25.
$25. It's worth it. It's worth it. Get some friends, whatever you need to do, and come on over and let's pack the house out again.
It's fun.
Yes. And whoever said Christians don't have fun, because I'm telling you, everybody's having fun.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah.
These women look forward to it. We get calls I got a call in December, said, when's the date for the tea party? And so, I mean, they're eager to, get in here and help every year with it. It's just amazing that the support that we have.
And one thing I hadn't mentioned is the hats, the women that wear hats. Growing up, going to church on Sunday, just about all the women had hats on. You don't really see that anymore.
Well, they love bringing out their hats.
Yeah.
Not everybody wears a hat.
That's right.
If you want to wear a hat, you're welcome to wear a hat. If you want to wear the gloves, you're welcome to wear the gloves. And I recently started wearing the hats. I didn't the first few years, but I've already got my hairpiece picked out for this time. And so it's a lot of fun because you just get to do something different. You don't get to do this every day in Wrightsville. It's a different event.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's April 20th, 1 to 4 at the Methodist Church on the left going into Wrightsville. You can't miss it. And this year's theme is Trust God. And that could be our theme every day, 365 days out of the year, every single day. We should trust God in all that we do. So it's a great theme to have. That could be our daily theme. But
we're having graduation in the morning. We've got 5 ladies who have successfully completed our program who will be graduating at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're excited about that. Recently we had 11 baptized.
Wow.
So.
And how long is the program they go through?
6 months to a year. Depends on their need, depends on legalities. Some decide to stay longer because they don't feel quite ready yet, or they haven't completely reached all their goals that they set forth.
Well, good. At least they're reaching them, and they recognize that. And you're willing to let them stay longer if needed. I have a young man that graduated from Teen Challenge, and he told his mama, he's from Warner Robins, he said, "Mom, I love you, but I hope you understand I can't come back to Warner Robins. I can't because I don't trust myself." And he took a job at a Teen Challenge in Pine Mountain, Georgia. Beautiful. It's a boys' home, way up there in the hills. But he's doing good. He's He's doing so good, but he did not, he knew he couldn't go back to those. And I hate people that say your old friends, because they're not your friends. They're not your friends. That's not
They're
a really
associates.
good, yeah. They're not friends, or they wouldn't have let you do what you did and them do it with you. But you just can't go back to those same situations and those same temptations. So Larry went a different route, and his mom understood because she had seen a change in him. So it's so exciting when you see that change in people's lives, and that's got to be the most fun part, the most rewarding part
It is.
of what you do.
Staying connected is the key.
Yeah.
When you separate yourself away from others in recovery, you're setting yourself up for a failure.
Yeah.
Staying connected is the probably number one tool.
Yeah. Well, Satan wants to isolate you. Satan wants you to be alone. Satan wants to tell you, it's okay, just, you deserve it. You know, just do it. You can do it one time. I mean, it's not going to hurt anybody. You know, Satan wants you to do those things. And Satan wants you in the dark. But when you put those things out in the light, that is counterproductive to what the enemy wants you to do.
Right.
So you got to put them out in the light. You got to.
Secrets keep you sick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And what we try to teach them is don't hold on to those secrets.
No.
Practice honesty and open-mindedness and willingness. You've got to be willing to share the crazy thoughts.
Yeah. Amen.
Because the enemy, that is where the battle is in the mind. And if you can't free the mind, you're not going to have freedom.
Yeah, no, not at all. Well, the number's on the screen. If you need any more information, you want to donate something, you want to be a part of it, you just, any way you want to help, volunteer, just call the number on the screen. But it's April 20th, 1 to 4, and it's right there on West Elm Street, the Methodist Church on the left as you're going into town. So come be a part of it. Food, fellowship, as we said earlier, some life-changing testimonies. You get to see firsthand what Angels in Flight has been up to. And it's, as we said a while ago, Satan wants up to bad. Angels in Flight's up to things that are good. And it's about changing people's lives.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
Yep. Thank you, Penny. I appreciate
Thank you.
it. Always love talking to you.
Thank you.
And I'm excited about April 20th. Even though my wife ain't in town, I'm just going by myself. I can have a good time. There's plenty of company there, plenty of good food.
And it's not just for women.
No, it's not just for women. You're right about that. But we all get there and have fun, and it's turned into like a family reunion to me now. Gone for the last couple of years, and
we
meet
thank
people
you.
you didn't know. Well,
Thank
thank you
you
for inviting me. So, but it's a lot of fun. And what better way to spend your Saturday afternoon than helping out, first of all, because $25 for the tickets, and you might not can donate a lot of money, but your 25 and my 25 and the next one's 25, and then it all adds up.
It does. It
adds
makes
up
a big
quick.
difference.
It does. Okay, well, thank y'all for joining us today, right here on TV 35.
I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound guided injections now, and physical therapy, and just a little bit better space, so hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
I've always sort of had my rudder pointed at public service. I was very grateful that I had the opportunity and was given the opportunity by our governor, Governor Kemp, to serve in this position. And as I said before, I feel like I'm providing valuable public service to the community. And I feel like I'm serving well. I would say that my private practice, which was based here in Dublin and took me to superior courts throughout the Dublin Judicial Circuit and some outside the Dublin Judicial Circuit, but being in private practice exposes you to not just criminal cases, not just civil cases, but a good mix of both. I'm confident to say that I've handled pretty much every type of case that comes before a superior court judge, and so that's allowed me, as I said before, to hit the ground running and to really not skip a beat in my transition from being an advocate and a lawyer to sitting on the bench and making decisions on behalf of the people of the Dublin Judicial Circuit. I will also add that I was previously municipal court judge for the city of East Dublin. I did that for about a year and a half, and I have previously served as an administrative hearing officer for the Department of Community Health for the state of Georgia. And so I do have prior judicial experience, and I have made decisions. I have analyzed the law and applied it to the facts of the cases that have come before me in the past, so I feel like I have the experience it takes to effectively get this job done. I believe that I have demonstrated that I can capably and competently handle this job, and I believe that I deserve to be elected a full term as a Superior Court judge.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
You've been saying you want it, and now's the time to get it. Pool and patio furniture in style with fabrics you want, comfort and durability you deserve. You'll even save on accessories and add your own personal style. Come see the full line of pool and patio furniture at Mid-State Pools and Spas today and bring home a colorful poolside. Now's a great time to save at Mid-State Pools and Spas, located on Veterans Boulevard in Dublin. Mid-State Pools and Spas. We know pools.
Welcome back, everybody. Before we took a break, we were talking about trusting in God and talking about cakes. We're talking about the 6th annual Tea Party and Silent Auction going to happen at, is it First Methodist?
Yeah, First Methodist in Wrightsville.
First Methodist Church. Right there on the left coming into town. You can't miss it. It's a big, beautiful church. But we were talking about a lot of things with it, but one of the things that touches me the most is the testimonies. It is, you witness life-changing testimonies. And I mentioned I serve on the board at Teen Challenge, and I love to see God and to watch God. I see them when they come there, a week or two when they get there, they're fighting the system. They don't want to let go of that old them, and they fight it. They fight it. And then I see how God just, like he reaches down from heaven and wraps his arms around them and just guides them through, and then I see the finished product. It's the most incredible thing, and I know that's got to be the best thing about what you do.
It is. That's the reward. It's watching the lives transform right in front of your eyes. The 2 speakers that we've got for this year, I can't wait for them to share their journey. It's special.
Yeah, those testimonies, you know, to see how God takes these people, and because they have totally turned away. You know, we're born into sin nature. I mean, that's just since Adam and Eve, we lived in a fallen world, and we are. It's like I was talking to my wife on the phone this morning, I believe it was, and talking about like one of the kids, and I said, well, hon, you don't have to teach a kid to lie. I mean, you don't have to teach somebody how to teach them to lie. You know, did you eat that candy, son? No, I didn't eat it. And he's chewing on it now. I got chocolate around his mouth, you know. We don't have to teach children to lie. They're born in that sin nature. But it's the same with somebody that gives into drugs. And we were talking off camera a while ago, you know, growing up it was marijuana. That was pretty well it. You know, there were Quaaludes, there was speed, there were things like that. But drugs now, heroin has made a comeback. And I know you see that, don't you?
Big comeback. And it's not just the heroin, the opiates, meth, gas station drugs,
Yeah.
the kratom,
Yeah, gas
The
station
Deltas.
drugs, yeah.
the CBDs.
That's right.
There's multiple. A lot of these are tainted with the fentanyl. So they really don't know what they're getting. We had a young lady that came in the other day who thought she was just on this and this, and when a staff drug tested her, she said, I just want to show you this for your purposes. It doesn't matter, you know, for us, but I think you need to know what it is that you've actually consumed. And she was shocked.
Because it's laced. This heroin, they're shooting up. We lost a girl this last year. We stuck her in a hotel to hide her out from the drug dealers, and Julie was filling out the paperwork to put her in Promise of Hope. And she wanted to go outside and smoke a cigarette. She didn't come back in. Julie walked outside, and she's running up the street. About 6 months later, this past year, I got a text. They didn't call me, but they texted me on a Sunday afternoon. I can still see that text. Mr. D, I just want to let you know Heather overdosed this afternoon and died. Shooting up heroin.
We have so many anniversary deaths that are happening right now regards to the ladies that came through our program that ended up relapsing and dying. I can know of one, it's going to be Monday or Tuesday, that they found her in the backseat of her vehicle in Macon at the Zaxby's parking lot with a needle in her arm. Another one was driven around in the car for hours, passed by the hospital a couple of times, and taken to an abandoned trailer park and put out with a person to stay with her. And they tried to shoot her up with meth to bring her back, which she was already so far out on heroin. They eventually did come and drop her out at the hospital, dumped her body, left her, and she died. It's just so many that don't make it. You know, there's a lot that makes it, but there's a lot that doesn't make it. And as we was talking about, the drugs, they have increased.
Yeah. Yeah. And last year, I just saw on the news, we talked about it off camera, but there was about 140,000 people that died from overdoses last year. And how many does Mercedes-Benz Stadium hold?
I think it said it was about 71 to 75,000.
So 2 Mercedes-Benz stadiums of people. Most of them been to a ball game, went to a concert up in Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz. Just think about all them people sitting in there. Twice. They died last year. And I saw a father and mother on TV just last week, and their son, he didn't do drugs, but he was cramming for tests, and he needed to stay up all night. And he got some from somebody, and he took them, and they found him dead in his room. They were laced with fentanyl.
Right, you can take it
Adderall,
one time.
Opiates.
You don't know what you're getting.
No, and they're selling these things.
Fake pills.
Yeah, you can order them on the internet, and you're trusting. It's like the marijuana I was telling you. Chief Moon told me 100% of the marijuana, and I want y'all to hear this now, 100% of the marijuana that they confiscated Dublin PD in the last 6 months tested positive for fentanyl. This is not the marijuana you grew up on. If you're young, you know, it's all you know. But I had somebody ask me last week when I told them this, Penny, and they said, well, James, you're saying the drug dealer's trying to kill me. I said, no, he's not trying to kill you. He wants you to get higher off his than the other guy, so you keep coming back to him. And that's why it's laced.
The potency.
Yeah. So he don't want to kill you, but sometimes you put you know, and it don't take but a couple of grains of salt. And you put an extra couple of grains of salt and you overdose and you die. And you're letting some guy that he just lacing it. I mean, he probably don't even do his own drug.
More than likely,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Most drug dealers don't. They're in the business of selling. You're the dumb one. And that's what we do. That's exactly what we do. But the drugs now, all of them, heroin and meth and all these things are laced with fentanyl. It's coming right out of China, coming to Mexico, crossing the border. And I saw the other day they confiscated enough fentanyl to kill everybody in the United States.
It's chemical warfare.
Yeah. They
It's
could kill
chemical
us.
warfare.
Yeah. They can kill us anytime they want to.
The families of the 140,000, you think about the family systems.
Yeah.
The children, the parents,
Yeah.
siblings,
Grandparents.
the whole system. United States is in a crisis.
Yeah. And our communities are being destroyed by drugs, and there are little communities like Wrightsville and East Dublin, all over the United States, from Hayhira, you know, to all these little towns across Texas and Alabama, and you know, all 50 states.
And we need programs such as Angels in Flight,
Yeah.
Promise of Hope,
Yeah.
Teen Challenge. We need these programs in these communities to help. We're not going to get them all,
No.
but we're sure going to do our best
Yeah.
to do what we can to get their lives turned around.
Yeah, and it's personal with you. It's just real personal. You went through it, and you know, only by the grace of God, you're sitting here right now.
Amen. Next month will be 15 years.
Yeah, and that's why it's so personal. And you want these, and you can't save everybody. They gotta want it.
Right.
They gotta want it. I got a call from a man yesterday in Covington, Georgia. His son been out of prison 3 weeks, and brought him to a place in Dublin, and it was wasn't the right place. Wasn't a legitimate. I call legitimate place, because these bad ones are ruining it for the good ones.
Well, they are working on that. There's
Yeah.
a bill going through now in the state of Georgia that is going to mandate agencies to be accredited. GAR, Georgia Association of Recovery Residences. I'm on the board for GAR, and we are trying to pass a bill that says that you have to have this accreditation if you're going to try to help people in the state of Georgia. And there are certain standards that you're going to have to operate under, because there are so many places that aren't helping the addict.
Just money. It's all about money. And that's what this daddy told me. He said, Mr. Deal, 3 weeks ago I give these people $2,700, and they're just worrying my son to death, got him scared. They need more money. And it's all about money. Yeah, it takes money to operate. That's why you do things like this silent auction. Because you, just like Teen Challenge or Promise of Hope, nobody's going to be turned down because of money. If somebody's in need and you got a bed, you're going to take them. You're not going to let them be one of those 140. It's 140,000 last year. Lord, what's it going to be this year?
More.
Yeah, it is going to be more. But we got to. Everyone counts. Everyone counts.
We're not going to arrest our way out of it.
No.
We haven't.
No.
And just saying no doesn't work.
No. It's not working. It's just not working. It's so we need places like Angels in Flight, and like you said, some of these other places that are legitimate and are saving people's lives. And that's why this silent auction is so important. You raise a lot of money through this. I guess it's your major fundraiser every year.
Last year we raised profit, $19,000.
Yeah.
That's huge for an
Yeah.
agency such as ours.
Yeah.
That's huge. And we need that support.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's April 20th, 1 to 4, at the Methodist Church. If you leave East Dublin on 319, you 10 minutes. I hadn't timed it, but it's about 10 minutes to get there. If you're on the east side of the river, 15 minutes if you're over here, but it's April 20th from 1 to 4. It is incredible. The food's great. The camaraderie, the fellowship. I've went a couple years now, so I got to meet people, and now we know who each other are when I walk in. So now I know you want Julie there because year before last she was there and she just spending money right and left. I'm very frugal, and of course I got outbid on a few things I wanted. And I love how those silent auctions work. You know, you have to guard to see who's outbidding.
I check it often.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes. It does that. It keeps you on your toes. But I love to watch the bids, and it's not about whatever that item is. It's really not. Yeah, you get that whatever you're bidding on, but you know it's about
saving the
your
lives.
money. Yeah, your money going to that person that's given a testimony this year or a couple of testimonies. I love to hear those, and that money is helping. It helps save their lives, and it's going to help somebody you don't even know them yet. You don't even know who they are yet, but their lives. They may contact you today, this weekend. So
we've had 70 calls this year. 70 applications.
And you got room for how many?
24.
You need more room.
We do need more room. We need to build. We need to expand. We are looking for property outside the city limits of Wrightsville to build housing units on. So if anybody does know,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't have to be 20 acres. It doesn't have to be 30 acres. You know, we could do what we need to do in less than 5.
Yeah.
It just needs to be the right place for them. We're blessed.
Yeah.
We're blessed to serve the ladies that we serve.
Yeah.
We just need to be able to serve more.
Y'all hear that? 5 acres. You know, you got 5 acres. You might have 300 acres. You might have 500 acres. Can't you just slice out just a 5-acre slot that you could put out in Johnson County somewhere? You know, so much rural there. There's so many places. If God ordains that it's been bathed in prayer, it's going to happen. It's already happened. You just don't know the answer.
We have a name for the project, Haven's Rest.
Wow.
We have an outlay of what the building would look like. It's a ranch style home with the metal encasing, 6 bedrooms, 2 baths, joint dining room, living room. We've already got it scaled out. We know about what it's going to cost us to build it. It's about $250,000 per unit. We want at least 2 of those units so we can hold 24 women. And we're just trusting and believing God.
Yeah.
We're trusting God.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is. It's already happened. You just don't know where it is yet. So it's been, if you're trusting in God, and I know you are, and you're praying, and the girls are praying, and your family's praying, and if you're watching us now, we need your prayer.
That's right.
Pray for angels in flight. Pray for this to happen. Pray that we can save these women's lives. Pray that God will just deliver this. So we need your prayers. There's nothing more important. We don't need no intermediary. We don't need nobody else. We can go straight to the Lord in prayer, and He hears the prayers of His children.
Yes, He does. Yes, He does. We have been so blessed to be, you know, where we're at for 12 years. So blessed.
Yeah.
We have had over 60 employers employ our residents since we began. We're grateful. We're so grateful for the support of Wrightsville, Johnson County, and the surrounding counties. We couldn't do what we do without you. And we thank you so much. And God bless you for what you do.
Well, we're going to take another break. We'll come back and wrap things up.
Spring has sprung and inventory is popping up everywhere at Dublin Chevy GMC. Whether it's a Canyon or an HD Silverado, we have what you're looking for. With rates as low as 2.9 for 72 months, come pick your Silverado or Sierra. Or if you're looking for a full-size SUV, we have a great selection of Yukons and Tahoes. Remember to visit MyDublinChevrolet.com for all your sales or service needs. Remember, Don sells cars and trucks well, only at Dublin Chevy GMC.
Hi, I'm Tom Dominy. Here at Dublin Wind Nelson, we pride ourselves on providing the industry's highest quality products at the most competitive pricing. We are a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry, and we can answer your questions and help you get the parts and equipment you need. From Moen to Renee, we carry the plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products you need from the brands you trust. We also carry a great lineup of Milwaukee tools. At Dublin Wind Nelson, our goal is the long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. If you have a question, or if you're looking for a hard-to-find part, give us a call. Our experts are ready to help. Order online, give us a call, or come by at 507 Airport Road in Dublin. We're committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day.
Come play racquetball with us this new year at Fairview Fitness.
Come play basketball with us this new year at Fairview Fitness.
Wishing you all a happy new year. Make that resolution a reality here at Fairview Fitness Center. Come join us in our yoga classes and make a better you in the new year.
All right, boys, if you want to go to college, you have to clear out another one of these.
What if we told you there was a better way to save for your kids' college than pickle jars? Morris Bank's Savings Builder account and Moolah makes saving for your kids' college easier than ever. All you have to do is connect the account to your debit card, where it automatically rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar, depositing that spare change into a Moolah account where it will grow into a nice little nest egg for whatever your kids have their sights set on.
Welcome everybody, I'm glad to have with me today my dear friend, Miss Penny Foskey. And if you see Penny and I sitting on the set, you know what time of the year it is?
It's tea party time.
Tea party time. I tell you, it is so, y'all, if you've never been, you don't have to live in Wrightsville. If you live in Sopron or East Dublin or Dublin, whatever, you want to go to this tea party and silent auction. But it's really been good. Where did the idea originally come from?
It was just a thought that I had.
Them thoughts just...
I thought, well, let's try this and see, and here we are 6 years later. And it has doubled every year. And we are at capacity to what the room will hold as far as hostess tables. So we're going to need a bigger venue if the Lord decides to keep growing this fundraiser, which we're ecstatic about having it every year.
Yeah, and you have so much help, so many people, not only the people that donate, but the people that help during the auction. And the tables, this is what gets me, y'all. The tables are decorated so beautifully. Tell us how that works.
The hostesses bring their own china and they create their own themes. And they have so much fun doing it. They get very competitive. It's just amazing to see the talent and the creativeness that ends up on those tables. And every year, there's none that's the same.
No.
And our hostesses, not all can get there every year, so we have a lot of them that return every year to support us. And we have new hostesses that turn out due to the fact that they have been and they have seen what a hostess has done where they have sat at that table. And so they want to put their little creative spin on it. And so it's very interesting and beautiful.
Yes.
They do really good jobs.
Yeah, they do. And the silent auction is some really cool stuff. And last year you had some I had to go out on the front porch and bid on some stuff. You had tables out on, I say the front porch, or the porch on the building we were in. And the church is so gracious to let y'all do it, aren't they?
They are, very much so. We very much appreciate the Wrightsville Methodist Church for letting us use their facility for this tea party. This year, we're going to have the live auction to happen for the cakes. However, we have some mystery boxes that are going to be there to bid on as well. And those mystery boxes are going to contain some really nice gifts. I know that a mink stole is going to be in one of them. And nobody's going to know what's in those boxes until they open them. And nobody can open them until all the boxes are bought. And then they'll have an opportunity to exchange that box before they open the boxes. So
like
it's going to be
Santa.
Sort of, yep. But you know, it's going to be really fun to watch the mystery boxes unfold this year.
The cakes, y'all, it's worth going. And I ended up bidding on 2 cakes last year. Julie, you remember probably, Julie was out of town. Matter of fact, I don't know why she does this, but she's going to be out of town this year.
We're going to miss her.
So I'm going to have to go by myself again, I guess. I have to go stag, but there's plenty of women there. So
Well, there's men that attend as
That's
well.
right. Oh, yeah.
We have a male.
But those cakes, I didn't even want, one of them was strawberry. And I really didn't even want to cut it because it was so beautiful, but I had to cut it. And I told the lady, one of the ladies, that she cooks most of the cake, bakes most of the cake.
Terry Sweets.
Okay. It's hard to cook a cake like that and it be good. You know, it's like a groom's cake or a wedding cake, something that big, you know, to get it moist. And she's incredible. That strawberry cake was, as they say, to die for.
She's coming back with some of those same cakes this year. I wanted the lemon cake.
Oh, I love lemon.
I got outbid on it.
I love lemon. And some of these cakes, y'all, went for $600 and more. And of course, and there was one lady at the table next to me. I said, "Why are you bidding on all these cakes?" She said they have a women's group and they were going to use them. There was a reason, but all the money goes to charity. That's the thing about it. It's not necessarily the cake's worth $600. You're getting the cake, but you're donating to Angels in Flight and helping women that have lost their way.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you know, we've all lost our way at some time in our life. If you're honest with yourself, we might not all done the same thing. But this year, you entitled everything "Trust God." Talk about that.
Trust is the word that God gave me for this year, and in operating Angels in Flight for 12 years, which will be in May, I have had to trust God. This year is no different than any other year, but the word trust, I've read a few books on trust and how valuable trust is. And we often don't realize how big of a word that is.
Yeah, and to trust. It's easy to say, but it's harder to do. To trust God in them tough times and the good times. He's not a God of give me the big problems. God wants it all. He wants you to give it all to him. And we do, I think, compartmentalize, like, you know, I got these things over here, Lord. You handle them for me. And if I need your help on this, I'll come get you. No, we're to give it all to him.
Absolutely.
We're to trust God with everything. So we need to understand what you're saying there. But your verse you have on this year's Isaiah 25:9. It says, "In that day they will say, surely this is our God. We trusted in him, and he saved us. This is the Lord. We trusted in him. Let us rejoice and be glad in his salvation." What a beautiful verse.
The Lord gave it to me.
Yeah, what a comforting verse. And of course, you know, if you want to trust God, if you want to just, if you really want to just get locked in, that's just one verse. There's 66 books of all kind of verses like that.
Absolutely. There's a lot of verses with trust in it as well.
I would think hundreds and hundreds.
The residents, when I read that verse, in searching for a verse for trust God, that's who I thought of when I read that verse. It's wonderful for them to say that I trust God.
Yeah. Yeah, and he tells us, lean not on our own understanding. We're to trust in God, you know, and lean not on our own understanding, because, you know, God takes all that, because our understanding is so small, just so minute what we can understand, and the God we serve is great, is just magnificent. I was in the car coming in this morning, and I kept saying, as I was talking to the Lord, I kept these words that I was saying, Lord, Savior, God, Yahweh. You know, you go through all these names, and in Father, and we could just go back and forth these names that. But He saved me and you.
Absolutely.
If you're watching us now and you're saved, you know Christ is your personal Savior, because we all need a Savior.
Every day.
I know I did.
Every day.
Yeah. And we're going to talk more about it. Let's take a break, and we'll come back right after this.